Does your child spend a lot of time in their room playing online games? Are you concerned? Worried? Do you want them to get out more and get a life? Don't worry, they may actually be more sociable and have more friends than you do.
Games are structured and voluntary playing, undertaken with the intention of being entertained. There are several different game types. More traditionally include different types of sports, board games, tabletop games like cards, tile or dice, and video games. Within the last few years, especially with teens, video games became a popular game type. Video games are games played on computers or consoles and can be played in three distinctive ways. Single-player game is where one plays by oneself. Cooperative games is where a team of players play in order to win against another team. Massively multiplayer online games, also called MMOs, are played on an online server which can be accessed by any player from around the globe that has the game installed on their PC. MMO allow gamers to interact with each other the most.
In the early 70s, game designers started to build complex online social worlds in which people game and socialize. Hundreds of thousands of players now interact on a daily basis with other gamers from all over the world. The creator of The Sims, Will Wright, quotes, in some sense, what we are building with these games are communities. That's our primary thing. The social factor of online games is a major contributor to their popularity. For example, in the words of one player, it is the people that are addictive, not the game.
Game designers acknowledge that people want to communicate with other players and are actively encouraging player-to-player communication by adding in-game chats. These chats are often used for a normal conversation with others, often looking for people who are stuck with the same quest as one has a problem with, to ask for a mutual help. Some games become so popular that tournaments are created to find the best team within it. This allows already close but online community an opportunity to interact in real world.
However, MMORPG has received the most press and blame for addiction. This could be because of its social interaction service. A study by Young supports this, as he found virtual worlds where social interaction is required prove to be the most addictive form of internet and gaming addiction. Another study by Griffin supports that the social interactions in gaming can be a negative opposed to a positive. He concludes gaming addicts are usually addicted to the online chat within games.
Online games allow people to create a own social identity, which can differ from everyday persona, as well as allow a bit of anonymity that people can hide behind. Ability to create one's avatar in an online game gives people a feeling of empowerment. This character can be as similar or as different from the player as player makes it. Therefore people can experiment with the character changes they couldn't potentially try in real life world for fear of people's reaction. Unfortunately, this could mean that online games become a substitute for real life, as people feel more comfortable with their online character, which can lead to development of compulsion to play MMORPGs, in which they can create a character that is as different as not being a human-like in appearance. However, he found that many of the hardcore gamers are also good-oriented and high achievers.
The social interaction aspects of games allows different people to interact, which can form significant relationships. For example, a study found players of online games would rather spend time in the game than socializing with their real friends. This is because they have more fun playing with the friends they made in the game. Why may this be? Well, the same study identified players found social aspects of the virtual game world more pleasant and satisfying than the real world. MMORPGs encourage group interaction and involvement, resulting in significant friendship. For example, evidence has suggested serious real-life friendships and relationships can be formed in virtual online games.
1 in 3 gamers are aged below 18. With that in mind, 1 in 3 gamers also report being attracted to another player, and 1 in 10 dated someone they met in-game. For females are more likely to meet in an offline setting. This suggests that MMORPGs are a safe environment in which people can become emotionally attached to another. However, 1 in 5 believes MMORPG had a negative impact on already established offline relationship, and almost half of the responses indicated online friends as closer, saying that 3 in 4 gamers admitted they made some good friends while playing online. This could be an opportunity for people who feel lonely or with social anxiety to make new friends on their own terms.
So who are the most vulnerable at turning to the virtual world looking for social interaction? Children may turn to online virtual worlds to form minimum positive relationships they do not get in the real world. This could be due to the child becoming lonely, as well as parental influences such as poor quality attachment, over-controlling and over-critical parenting styles. Shy adolescents usually have hypersensitivity to other emotions. Emotional sensitivity is positively correlated with involvement one puts into games. People who are feeling lonely prefer to communicate through online means rather than face-to-face. A study found socially anxious and lonely people reported communicating online more frequently than non-lonely anxious people. Anonymity and social status may compensate for poor social skills and help the child overcome their anxiousness. Therefore, they form and maintain online relationships more easily, which may in turn cross over to offline.
Games can take many forms and be played in multiple ways. Playing with others is something everyone does for most of one's childhood, through adolescence and adulthood. Online games provide a way in which one can find new people to talk to that definitely have something in common. Yes, one can become addicted to virtual reality if one is not careful, but isn't that the case with many things? Overall, online games can be seen as a real opportunity for new experiences, especially if taken in moderation and not as a substitute for real-world needs.